Hey guys, Exellion here, and today we're going to be talking about Immortals Fenyx Rising, formerly known as Gods and Monsters, and my first impressions of the actual initial reveal and gameplay. Stick around. So when I first heard of Immortals Fenyx Rising, it was really intriguing to me. I love Greek mythology. I think that there's a lot of lore there that people like to engage in and don't necessarily comprehend fully. And so it's nice to jump into these games and get a little bit more deeper in that culture. And one thing I noticed initially, like right away, is that this is a very lighthearted game. It's your typical storybook style game, and that's okay. I'm actually okay with that. Far too often do we see games like this that are, I would say, overly gory and overly serious. And this seems to be a little bit more on the silly side of things. Obviously, there is a serious story involved, but the vibe and the aesthetic that I feel from it gives me that, brings me back to my childhood. The starting off with kind of that James Brown style of music going on with this trailer. It really kind of struck a chord with me. It was like, I'm vibing on this. I like this. I think it's pretty cool. And I dig the fact that they are able to use that and apply that to sort of the game. And like, she smacks the Minotaur and just walks away casually. It's just no big deal, like, it's just me, Phoenix, just dum. And it was really cool to kind of see that they've introduced the game that way. And then of course it gets a little serious as she encounters Medusa. That I thought that was, starts to get the serious jam going on, and she's ready for combat, ready for battle. And it just feels like an epic saga that I am actually pretty excited to play. I think this is going to be a cool experience and a fun playthrough. My initial impression of this game was that it kind of looks a little bit like Breath of the Wild. There's that special aesthetic, the special cell shading that they have, and just the third person view, the perspective that you are in, kind of gives me that vibe. Even some of the combat that they're showing off kind of gives me a little bit of some Breath of the Wild vibes. I am always for games that are trying to emulate in a way some of the vibes that you get from Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So overall, looking at this, it's kind of your standard open world ARPG experience. Very aesthetically pleasing. As I mentioned, it's very similar to Breath of the Wild, which is a fantastic game. It's not a diss on the game itself. I would say, if anything, it's an inspiration or an influence on the game, if you will. The story seems pretty unique. So you play as Phoenix. Apparently you can be a male or a female. Phoenix itself is a pretty androgynous name, so you can choose between, your appearance, you can choose your gender, race, etc. And the story is pretty unique. So the story apparently is narrated by Zeus and Prometheus, Greek gods, as you know. And Phoenix is on this quest to save the Greek gods. They're washed up ashore on the Isle of the Blessed, which has been consumed by dangerous mythical creatures. And this is all the doing of Typhon, who is apparently the deadliest of the Titans. From what I've seen, the combat and the abilities seem pretty unique, specific to Phoenix. And they're all, Hephaestus's hammer and all these other abilities named after Greek gods or have Greek mythology influence on them. I'm also pretty excited to experience a lot of the puzzles and the challenges that they showed off in some of the gameplay. I didn't include it in this compilation behind me, but I am actually pretty stoked about that. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild brought a lot of cool puzzles for you to complete, and upon completion you get some kind of reward, some kind of bonus, whether it be a heart container or something similar. And in this game, apparently when you do them, you get special coins, or you get Zeus's lightning bolt, which will upgrade your stamina and your health, things like that. And it seems like it's going to be a very, your standard open world ARPG experience, like I mentioned, but also filled with a lot of cool, fun, aesthetically pleasing experiences. Combat looks pretty cool. I like the damage numbers. It seems like Ubisoft has something very strong going on for them with this game. And that's really it. That's the gist of my overall impressions of the game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was very short. I just want to get to the point with you guys. Immortals Fenyx Rising coming out December 3rd of this year. Coming out for Stadia, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, PS5, PS4, Switch, and PC. All of the consoles. It's going to be out. I plan on picking it up. So I hope you guys do too. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you drop a comment below. Tell me what you guys think of Immortals Fenyx Rising. Drop a little like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you like the content. I will be putting out more videos of all kinds of content, typically in the RPG genre. Until then, I have been Exellion. We'll see you guys next time.